Okay. Oh, yeah, you got the thing off this time?
Yeah.
It rang last time. I'm just saying, dude. You're yelling at Autumn.
Did you cut it out? It's been so long since I listened to it.
I don't remember if I cut that out.
I think
or
you
not.
did cut it out.
Did I? That's probably because I think we got off on a really long tangent.
We did. You know, when we were going back and listening, there was like a 10-minute thing I remember talking about that wasn't in there. I was like, that's probably for the best.
Yeah, dude. We got really far off on someone's name. It was a name that we were like, this. You were like, that's not a real person's name. It was a tasting note. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. Mabel or something.
Something like that. Yeah. You were like, that's not a real person.
Opal, maybe?
Oh, gosh, I don't remember. Oh, my gosh. All right. So, today on the Whiskey Noobs podcast, I'm your host, Chris, and we have, again, Mr. Bryce.
Third time's a charm.
Third time's the charm. Maybe you'll get it right this time.
Probably not.
Maybe you're going to be a whiskey tasting
I'm ready
expert.
for the riddle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just picked one out while we were sitting here talking. I think I'm going to give you another really hard one.
Perfect, because I'm not going to get it.
Yep, I like giving you the hard ones. Okay. Oh, that sounded weird. I like giving you the hard ones. It's
I like taking the hard ones.
Yeah. Nothing like a nice hard riddle. Okay. So for those of you who don't remember Bryce, he has been on 2 episodes so far. So if you haven't listened to those episodes, definitely go listen to them. One of them was the Buffalo Trace episode, and the other was comparing Tullamore Dew to Russell's Reserve. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that would mean that you've never had a Scotch on the show before. So this will be your first. This is going to be good. Today's episode is going to be Monkey Shoulder blended Scotch. We got the bottle here. As always, you can see it on the Instagram or on the email list. It is a blended malt Scotch whiskey. It's Speyside is the region. Now, that might not mean much to you, Bryce, but we did have an episode where we went through the regions of Scotland. So this is actually from the region of Speyside, which is not one that we've had on the show before. And just to give you a quick little rundown, it is blended, so it's not single malt. You've probably heard of single malt, I assume. So this is a blend of multiple malts. And it's 40% alcohol by volume, which is the minimum. One thing that I found interesting on their website is that they actually recommend mixing. Like, they recommend cocktails for it. So
what are the mixers that they recommend?
I don't remember from looking at it, honestly. Basically, just something that normally, like, they wouldn't recommend that because they want to look a little bit fancier. Exactly. So I thought it was pretty cool that right off the bat they're just like, these are great cocktails to make with it. I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Real respect's real.
Yeah, real recognized real. They're like, you're gonna buy this either way. We know you're gonna buy this either way. Okay. One thing that was interesting too, this came directly from their website, and I saw it and I was like, gotta include this. It says, why is Monkey Shoulder called Monkey Shoulder, we hear you ask? So it's Monkey Shoulder Scotch. It's like, that's a weird name, right? In the traditional malt whiskey making process, malted barley is turned by hand by maltmen using large, heavy malt shovels. So when you're malting the barley, it sits in a moist, warm environment, and they would use shovels and shovel it, turn it. Okay. Well, years ago, some of the maltmen developed a strain injury which had a tendency to cause their arm to hang down like a monkey's from using the shovel all day long. And so they nicknamed it Monkey Shoulder. That was the name of the injury. Yeah.
It's solid.
Yeah. So
that's a fun fact.
Right? Is that crazy or what?
That's good.
That's a fun fact that's not fun for the people that it happened to. Thankfully, the condition no longer exists, but we're still proud to honor our whiskey heritage, is what it said on the website.
Good for them.
So
straight shooters.
I love it when a name has a background.
Yeah, that's fun.
I'm like, that's super cool.
It makes you appreciate it more.
It totally does. Exactly. Okay. So one thing I wanted to say about this whiskey, if you're on the email list, you know this is the first whiskey where it like clicked for me. Like I was like, this actually tastes like I'm not forcing it to taste good. Like,
I'm excited then.
Yeah, see?
I'm excited.
I'm so excited to see where this stacks up for you, since you had the Buffalo Trace, which is super easy beginner whiskey. So that's it's going to be a good competitor. But then also the Russells and the Tullamore. So you've had all the categories except for Scotch.
I like the Russells. That was my favorite so far.
Really? Yeah. That was your favorite so far? That's awesome. Okay, because it had a little bit more.
What did we drink at your wedding?
At the wedding, we had Jack Daniel's Gold number 27.
That was good.
That was really good.
There was something. Was it Johnny Walker?
Yeah, we also had Johnny Walker Blue there, which is another really good one. Yeah. That's completely on a price level that's like beyond this. But Johnny Walker Blue is about $230 a bottle.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Yeah, this is going to run you closer to like $35, I think.
Oh.
So significantly less expensive.
That's more for me then.
Let's see if it stacks up. We're going to find out. This is actually almost the exact same price as the Russells. So this will be a good head-to-head comparison since you've had the Russells. Okay. While I'm pouring the whiskey, let me get you a riddle. I have two, and they're both pretty hard.
Already. Whew.
So this one I had actually mentioned on a previous episode where I was doing riddles by myself because it was an episode with just me. And I started reading it, and I was like, oh, this is one of mine. I got to stop reading it. So now let's let everybody hear it. 2 cops walked into a room with no windows and found a dead man who obviously hung himself from the ceiling, though they couldn't figure out how. There was no chair beneath him that he could have jumped off of or kicked, no table, just a puddle of water. How'd he do it?
Okay. Read it one more time.
Okay. 2 cops walk into a room with no windows and found a dead man who obviously hung himself from the ceiling, but they couldn't figure out how he did it. There was no chair like he jumped off of it, no table like he jumped off of it or kicked anything out of the way, nothing like that. Just a puddle of water. How did he do it?
Block ice.
You got that way too quick. No way. All right, you're getting the hard one then. All right.
Give me the hard stuff.
You're getting the harder one. Good job. Wow. Okay. Whenever I tell these, it's so hard because I read the answers. It's so hard to be like, they're not going to get this, or they will. Like everyone seems obvious, but I'm like...
I thought the cops were dirty for a second. I'm like, oh, obviously the cops did it. They're framing it.
They just strung him up. Yeah. You watching too many cop shows. Okay. All right. Let's give you this one instead. You walk into a room with 2 bodies on the floor, surrounded by water and broken glass. How did they die?
Water and broken glass.
How did they die?
Just walk right into a room.
Yep. 2 bodies on the floor, water and broken glass. That's it. How'd they die? Hand me your glass while you think on it.
That is... There's just so many things it could be.
You can guess too, and I'll tell you that you're wrong.
My first thought's like an aquarium. Like, did they drown themselves?
Did a person drown themselves in an aquarium?
Yeah, you could do it.
I'm not gonna lie, you're coming out of the gates with the right idea.
But there's 2 bodies.
There's 2.
We're gonna have to come back to this.
You're coming out of the gates swinging. I mean, I'm impressed, man. This whiskey, when I smell it,
as soon as the glass came towards me, I smelled it.
I love the smell.
Oh, it's so sweet,
right? I mean, it's like candy.
It smells like homemade bread.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, especially like the homemade bread where. What's that?
Like a honey, like a white.
I was just gonna say where you crust it with like honey on top of it and glaze it and put it back in the oven. Yes. Now that's one of the notes of this that I think is giving it that bread flavor is like a malty note, and that's basically what it smells like. It smells like the yeast of the bread, like that kind of a, but yeah, like crusted with honey. Ooh,
2 bodies. I just keep coming back to they drowned.
You're thinking. Your juices are flowing correctly.
There's 2 bodies in a room.
Yes.
How did does it say how they were found?
Just on the ground, surrounded by water and glass.
Are they underwater?
No. All right. Let's get a smell. So you already said baking bread, which is right on the money. Yeah. I mean, you got malt and honey. Mm-hmm. Now,
I just made homemade bread last weekend, so.
Oh, there you go. You're in the mode, yeah. Mm-hmm. I would say the thing about monkey shoulder that I get is a little bit of citrus as well with it.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think, and I'm probably a little bit biased because I've drank this so much before, that it's probably more on the palate, and I'm smelling it because I've already had the palate before. But let's go ahead and take a taste.
Yeah. That's good. Not a whole lot of flavors. It's just hot right now.
Okay, yeah, the first sip, let's let it rest, take another sip. A little bit better that time.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, a lot of sweetness. I get a fruitiness that's more like citrus or like an orange peel. Maybe a touch of like a lemon. But a lot of vanilla and malt, which gives that bread tone.
There's something There's something in there.
Anise.
I didn't want to say it, but I was thinking it. It's a little bitter.
Yes.
But an anise bitter.
Yes, I always confuse, like I know what they taste like separately, but I always think anise and clove kind of at the same time. And it's that winter spice. Like it's yeah.
Definitely. Like, it's, it's a little spicy.
Little spicy.
A little spicy, a little bitter.
But it's so sweet. And I know like most whiskeys have a vanilla flavor to them, but this is the
very
vanilla.
Sweet.
Yeah, the vanilla is
It's very smooth as well.
Yeah.
It's not dry.
No, not that's a good point. The finish, it's a little bit oily, doesn't take all the moisture out of your mouth. Not as much as like a, super expensive like Johnny Walker.
Yeah.
That one. That's
smoky.
Yeah.
Really smoky.
Yeah.
And I like smoked stuff, but
the Johnny, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit smoky for sure. You got to be into that.
Which I'm kind of glad this isn't.
This is like almost no smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of maybe a little bit of an oakiness, but not like smoke.
I like my meat smoked on my drinks.
Yeah, fair enough. I do like smoky drinks though.
Do
I won't
you?
lie. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're their own thing. It's like
It's probably acquired.
It's acquired, yes. And it's, for me at least, some people that's their stuff. But it, for me, is like a mood thing. It's like sometimes you want barbecue chicken wings, sometimes you want hot wings. That's like the smokiness is the hot wings. It's like, all right, I want something aggressive right now.
You're in a mood.
Yep, I want to spank.
You're trying to feel gritty.
Yeah.
I want to feel gritty.
It's been a hard day.
Exactly.
I just need beat up right now. Yep. That's exactly it. This is the opposite of that. This is like sit back.
Yeah, this is very nice.
Yeah. Sit back and just enjoy
I like
it.
The smell.
Oh, dude, the smell
The
is
smell's the
amazing.
best part about it.
If they made it into like a candle, a lot more of the vanilla honey on the scent.
Yeah.
Then you get a lot more of the spiciness on the palate, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's go through the notes that they say you should smell as well, or smell and taste. I also, on the website, they don't specifically, like a lot of websites do, go, okay, here's the nose, here's the taste, here's the finish, here's the palate, here's the finish. They don't do that. So I also pulled some notes from reviews as well to try to make sure we get a lot. So all they put on the website that I was able to find was fruity aromas and mellow vanilla notes, which is pretty accurate.
Yeah, that's
accurate. Yeah, if you call the fruity, for me, I'd say orange.
Yeah.
It's
definitely orange. Now that you say that, you can really pull it out of there.
Yeah. Okay. I hadn't even looked at the bottle yet because I haven't been at my own apartment this week. But they do put notes on the back of the bottle. So the taste says mellow vanilla with spicy hints, and the nose says zesty orange, vanilla honey, and spiced oak.
That's pretty much spot on.
I think we kind of nailed it.
Yeah,
I don't know if people are going to believe that we didn't read this, but we didn't.
No, we didn't.
Because, I mean, I've had episodes where I'm like, I totally disagree with these notes. And we really just did. That's exactly what I thought. So that's pretty awesome. Now, I did know the notes just because I've been drinking this for a while. Right. That's why I kind of let you lead, But I had to know the notes for this episode because we're going to do something a little bit special. So, what we're going to do for this episode is we are going to smell the actual things that you're supposed to be tasting.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then taste the whiskey.
Oh, this is going to be good.
To try to help pull it out. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I thought that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, I did know the notes going into this. So what I don't have all the notes, but notes online, it says fruit, vanilla, spices, malt, creamy. One of them said berries and butterscotch. Do you taste that? I could see butterscotch.
Butterscotch, yeah, the berries are a stretch.
Berries is a little bit of phantom flavor. We're pushing it a little bit.
I could convince myself it tastes like berries. After you said, but now that you say it, I mean, it's
if I
there.
think berries,
smell now.
Berries.
100%.
Phantom flavor.
100%.
That's hilarious. Okay. So let's go through and let's smell each thing and then taste it and see, and smell and taste, and then see if we're getting the same thing.
I'm excited.
I've never done this before. I'm really excited.
I'm really excited now too.
All right. So what I have here are the three main ones that I remembered from looking up the notes. These are the three ones that I saw the most. We've got spices, so I have cinnamon. We've got vanilla, so I have vanilla extract. And then we've got orange, so I have an actual orange. So I don't know. How do we want to do this? Do you want to do one taste? Yes. Okay, that's what I'm thinking as
plenty.
well. Yeah. We got half of a bottle here.
And I feel that whenever we do this individually, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, this is straight orange. And I'll be like, no, that's definitely straight vanilla.
I know. I have a feeling that's what's gonna happen too. Like, or the one thing that I'm like interested to see if what happens is it could be the opposite, because you know how like you know, like if you eat something really sweet and then drink sweet coffee, it does not taste like sweet coffee. That's what I'm wondering, if this is like we're gonna smell so much orange that we're not gonna taste it anymore.
You know what I discovered recently?
What's
lattes.
That? Dude, lattes are legit.
Oat milk latte.
Ooh, with oat milk. I've never done that before. Where from?
This little coffee shop that opened up in Carrollton.
In Carrollton, okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's nice.
I think lattes are espresso and milk.
I think that's the way she makes it, yeah.
Yeah, rather than like coffee and cream, lattes are espresso, so they're a little bit stronger, and then more milk.
Super good.
Foam up that milk.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, that's solid.
Try them with oat milk.
I have to do that. I've never had that before. That's pretty interesting.
Little shot of caramel in there. Whew.
Oh, man. Whew. Dude. You're a latte guy.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you should make a coffee podcast.
I don't know about that. That's
Come
a lot
on
of dedication.
It is.
I just got back into golf, and I'm really focused on that right now. So if you guys see me on the PGA Tour in a couple of years,
you know, that's really taking up all my time right now.
I've been at the driving range like one night a week.
Atta boy, get rid of that slice, huh?
Exactly.
That's awesome. All right. Actually, you know what? I was gonna do the orange. I think we saved the orange for last, because
I agree.
Previously, when I did a review of this, just on my own, orange was like the note for me when I did it before. So I want to save save the best for last. Now, I've never gotten cinnamon before, but I read about it in the reviews. Now, the clove and the anise that we said earlier, for sure. I've never gotten cinnamon, but I did read a review about it. So let's give it a try. I think it had the opposite effect for me. What do you think?
Hold on, let me go back in. No, I don't know. Hold on, because I think the cinnamon stuck. I might have sucked some of my nose. Either I sucked some of my nose, or it really smells like cinnamon.
You don't have to snort it.
I'm doing the cinnamon challenge.
Yeah, no kidding.
I do. I get it now.
You do?
Yeah,
seriously.
I'm telling you, I can convince myself of anything.
I think it's the opposite for me.
Sure, I have cinnamon in my nose because it smells like cinnamon now.
You just inhaled.
I think
cinnamon.
I went full Dyson on the cinnamon bottle.
You hoovered that right up. Yeah, because I would say the complete opposite. I feel like I don't smell cinnamon now.
Suck it in harder.
Okay, maybe I do a little bit. This is tough.
Play dirt devil.
Do the sniff and then taste it.
I don't taste it.
I don't really. I think it's so much cinnamon, it's killing me actually tasting the cinnamon.
Yeah.
I think it's the same idea as when you have something sweet and then coffee, and you're like, this coffee's dark, and it's not, but you're just too used to it now. Okay, all right. Let's see if that happens for the other two flavors.
That was fun.
That is fun, yeah. Let's try not to hoover this up, because you might drown. Got a whole bottle of vanilla extract. That is vanilla. Wow. Okay. I've never just smelled vanilla extract. I just know that you use like almost none of it when you're cooking because it is so strong. Oh, wow. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that smells good. See, that has the opposite effect. But I think it's because the vanilla is so
so much vanilla. Okay, take a smell and then taste.
It kind of kills it.
I'm sticking to it. I think it does.
Yeah.
I think it's so strong, but now can we do the cinnamon? That's the question.
No.
Still dead.
Yeah. I believe I don't have cinnamon in my nose now, though.
That could also do it. All right. This is the big one. This is the one that I want to know.
We've been waiting for.
Yes, we have been waiting for it. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to cut it.
And it seems like this is going to be a good one because it's kind of hard to pull the fruits out of the whiskey because it's so strong. You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely.
And like even when you taste the fruit, I usually can't pin down what fruit it is.
Yeah, you know it's just like this has like a general fruitiness. Yeah. It's like
I think the last one we described as like a dark fruit.
Yes, yeah. It's like sweet, but like not dessert sweet. It must be fruit sweet. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot easier to nail down dark fruit, light fruit, citrus than it is to like nail down the exact fruit.
Yeah.
But for me, I've always thought like orange peel, like orange zest. So I just cut a slot into this. Okay, that smells orangey.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say the same thing. I think it worked for this one.
Big time.
The others, it was like the opposite.
Especially in the taste.
Yes.
Wow.
I want to know the like chemistry behind that. Like the other two,
Yeah.
I could have beforehand. We even said vanilla beforehand. We're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, vanilla. Like it took the vanilla completely out of it for me. This one, what's the chemistry there? Like this, if you smell it,
Yeah, that's crazy.
and then you take a taste, especially on the back end,
Yeah.
it's like whiskey, and then it fades out, and it's like orange.
Big time.
That's pretty cool.
That's crazy.
I'm still bewildered.
That's fun.
I really wanted the cinnamon to work because like I don't.
The cinnamon got me.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I need to try again.
I just wanted to believe. I think.
See, yeah, I don't. I'm like now
You're a
it's
little
like,
more seasoned than I am, though.
hey, there's no such thing as a wrong opinion.
Well,
Opinions are like butt
I
cracks.
don't know.
Everybody has one, and most of them stink.
That's very true.
No, I definitely think. I mean, I think it works with the orange, but the cinnamon, it's not working for me. Same with the vanilla.
Do we have any listeners from other countries still?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where from?
Last time I checked, I think Canada was doing the best.
Oh,
in
really?
terms of foreign countries.
Hey,
yeah.
Canada.
Yeah, I think we're still,
How you doing up there?
Ireland, England.
Ireland, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
How you
That's
doing?
cool.
How you doing up there? Eh?
Yeah. I don't imagine you guys ever come to Carrollton, but there's a good coffee shop. Get a latte.
If you're ever in Carrollton, Ohio,
If you fly in here, you can drive about 56 minutes from the airport to get some coffee.
if you don't know specifically where Ohio is, it's just the only important state in the Midwest, and it's also not actually in the Midwest, but it's considered.
Well,
in the
there was that guy on
Midwest.
Twitter who thought the entire United States was Ohio.
Oh, it was, dude. I mean,
It basically is, yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the meme of the astronauts on the moon?
No.
Oh, you know.
Oh, no, I have.
And he's like, it's all Ohio.
It's all
and he's like,
Ohio.
always has been.
No idea why.
Me neither.
Let me tell you, if you're from Ireland, don't visit Ohio. There's way better places to go.
If you are going to tour America, make Ohio like one of your last stops.
Yeah.
You know, those New England
I would say
states, they're a little eh.
We're bottom 15.
Yeah.
Easy.
Bottom 15.
It's cheap.
I love that that's the note that you are like, that's the number you
I would
pulled
say
out.
the best thing about Ohio, it's cheap.
Fair enough.
It's
yeah.
cheap.
And like Cedar Point. That's
Yeah.
like the one thing that I'm like,
We have this, I
randomly.
was going to say we have the best basketball player of all time, but not really.
But now you
Michael
know
Jordan.
he's no MJ.
Michael Jordan.
MJ is to LeBron like Ali is to Tyson.
I was going to say the
you know?
orange is the MJ of this flavor experiment.
Yeah. It is. The orange shines more than any of the other ones.
Yep.
I'm very impressed. Now, maybe that's the thing is that, like I've always said, orange is like the strongest note for me from this. Maybe that's the thing is since it's strong enough, you can smell it and it complements each other. The other two maybe aren't strong enough. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. One thing I do want to say in the middle here is to remember to review the show if you haven't already on Apple Podcasts. Rate the show, review the show. That's super helpful. And I love to hear the feedback from everybody listening. So go ahead and don't forget to do that. Your ringer's on. Your ringer is on.
I specifically thought I turned it off.
You did the same thing last time. You tried to turn it off and
Okay.
you turned it back on. You were so bad at having a phone.
So bad.
Is that one, is the screen still intact on it?
Yeah.
Oh, look at you go.
I need
Okay.
a new one, though. My battery. Whew. I was actually
is
thinking
it?
of switching to Samsung.
Do it. Come to the
I
dark
was
side.
thinking about it.
Come to the
It's the
dark
moon
side.
pictures for me.
The moon. Oh, dude.
Yeah, that's impressive.
It's pretty wild.
That's impressive.
Okay, well, it's good to know. What are your final thoughts on this? Honestly,
I like it a lot. It's super good. It's smooth. I mean, maybe it's just because I have some what is the word I'm looking for here? I have some nostalgia for the Russells. I still think I like
Okay.
it the best.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I'm impressed. I was wondering. That's what I was wondering how this stacks up.
I don't know why. It was
Yeah.
just I don't know. It just seemed really flavorful.
So we got Russell's, Tullamore, Buffalo Trace, and now Monkey Shoulder. Let's rank them here. What do we
Ooh.
think? Yeah.
It's been a while since I did the other two.
Yeah, I know.
Can we?
It might not be a super fair opinion, but that's okay.
I don't really remember the Buffalo Trace specifically.
Okay, well, lucky for you, this is one of the few bottles I have up here right now.
Perfect.
Everything else is downstairs on my shelf. I still have this up from the last episode I made an infinity bottle.
You know, I keep hearing him talk about Buffalo Trace on Joe Rogan. And
Do they really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he drinks it all the time on there.
In case you didn't hear, because he was leaned away from the mic for a sec, they talk about Buffalo Trace on Joe Rogan.
Quite a bit, actually.
If you haven't heard of Joe Rogan, he also produces a podcast. It's not quite as popular as mine, but
yeah, it's a good one though.
it's wholesome for a little guy like that, you know. Whole different ball game. Wow.
Yeah. Ooh,
We
wow.
just poured the Buffalo Trace.
Now, let's do the sniff test with this.
That's a good point, because we said a lot of cinnamon for Buffalo Trace.
Let's see how we hold up.
This was not planned. I'm enjoying it, though. I'm excited to see how this works.
Oh, big time.
Does it really?
Oh, yeah.
Does it help, you mean?
Yes.
Okay. Strong cinnamon. I agree.
Big time.
I feel like maybe it has to be like the strongest
It
note
has to be
in
like
the
a
whiskey.
front, like a front flavor.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this one. Let's do the vanilla. The vanilla too.
Does it really?
Yeah.
I agree. I can see that. The cinnamon really wowed
Big
me.
time.
The vanilla, I can.
Mhm.
Yeah, it helps. It helps. Oh, now you're gonna spill vanilla extract all over my table. At least it's not something.
They don't do
smelly.
that stuff on Joe Rogan.
No, yeah, they wouldn't mess up like a scrub.
Not the orange.
Now that I'm smell the vanilla, set it down, and now I'm smelling it. Now I really smell vanilla. All right, let's try the orange. I'm gonna guess it's not because orange isn't a strong flavor in Buffalo. Nope. Yeah, this is amazing.
All
We're
right.
creating science right now.
I want you to do an experiment. Taste the Buffalo Trace.
Okay.
Taste the monkey shoulder.
Okay.
And tell me you don't get a hint of soap.
Soap from the monkey shoulder. Okay. All right. Hold on.
Like
Buffalo Trace.
some Dove men plus shoulders.
Well, I should clarify. I don't eat soap though, so I'm probably not gonna know.
If only soap tasted as good as it smells.
It gives it a weird harshness. I don't. Almost like the smell of nail polish remover.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah.
You know what else
I smell a
does-
lot of brake clean. That's really what it's hitting me with.
Brake clean, yeah. You know what? I think it's the clove anise note.
Yeah.
Gets way stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Buffalo
It's
Trace,
like that. It's just like a bitter.
Yeah, that
harshness.
bitterness. That
like
bitterness.
a spice almost.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I was a good kid, so I never got soap in my mouth, but that's what I think it would have been like.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that's really weird.
If I had to imagine.
Yeah.
If I had to imagine not being the perfect child, I'd say that's probably what soap would taste like.
I'm going to be, the Buffalo Trace.
Wins out?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I can see that. And a lot of people start with bourbon because bourbon's sweeter. I mean,
Is that, so that's,
Yeah.
Buffalo Trace bourbon. You know,
Yeah, yep.
That sounds about right.
And this is Scotch. I still think...
Maybe, is there smoke in this? Is this smoky at all, this monkey shoulder?
I don't think so, personally.
It's like maybe that was like the harshness.
I think it's that spiciness. I really do. Now, what I will say is I think I might like the monkey shoulder better. And this is probably one of those things because I drink whiskey so much, because it's a little bit more complex to me.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's a little
That's how
bit.
I thought about Russell's.
That's true. I wish I don't have Russell's up here, or
Yeah.
I would we'd try it. But I think you remember what the Russell's tastes like because you really enjoyed that. So,
I did. Yeah, there was just a lot going on with that one.
do you remember what the Tullamore Dew tasted like?
I would, from what I remember, it was pretty
Mellow.
just mellow.
Yeah.
Which kind of what I put. I would put. It'd be hard for me to choose between the Tullamore and the monkey shoulder.
Okay, I can see that. There's similar palates.
Yeah.
Now, Scotch and Irish both use malted barley as the main ingredient. They're like the majority of it. I think this is only malted barley, and I think Tullamore might only be malted and unmalted barley. So you can have it malted or unmalted.
That makes sense.
So it's going to have a similar flavor profile. The difference being the Tullamore, the aging is a little bit different, but I can see what you mean. They both have the mellower sweetness with the strong back end spices that are not like baking spices, but more like your clove, your like winter craft store smell.
Yeah.
If that even makes sense.
Yeah, like a candle in December.
A candle in December. Yep. One of those candles that you walk into the what is it? Bath and Body. I always say
like a pumpkin spice kind of.
Yes, because like pumpkin
like
spice,
a nutmeg.
Oh, I forgot about nutmeg.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good one. I don't have my flavor list up.
Yeah.
Yes, that's another good one where it's like bitter,
Mm-hmm.
but not necessarily bad bitter, but bitter. It's so hard
like
to
dark chocolate kind of thing.
Dark chocolate's similar, yeah. Now I don't really get any cocoa flavor from this necessarily, but that bitterness.
Yeah, bitter. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely prefer the Buffalo Trace. So, I would say, like I said, I'm going off memory with Russell's versus Buffalo Trace, but I would probably put Russell's number 1, Buffalo Trace 2, and it'd be a tie between the other two.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say probably Monkey Shoulder, Buffalo, Russell's, Tullamore for me.
Wow.
Although, okay, I haven't had Russell's in a really long time, so that might not be fair. I might need to try it again. Yeah, that might not be fair. Should I pause the video and grab the Russell's? Nailed the microphone with my glass. Got a little bit too excited there. Jeez. All right. I'm excited to put it head-to-head with Buffalo.
Yeah, they seem pretty similar. Buffalo's sweeter, it smells. It smells sweeter.
Yep.
I have a feeling Buffalo Trace is going to be my favorite.
Yep. I want to let you say your own thoughts, but I was thinking that immediately. I was like, Buffalo's more of a dessert sweet, I think, and Russell's is more of a dark fruit sweet.
Yeah, they're not so much on the cinnamon.
Oh yeah, we gotta try our notes here.
A little bit of the orange. Big on the vanilla.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I might agree with your rankings there.
Okay, that was Buffalo Trace.
Okay.
It's quality.
It's a quality drink.
Nope, it's all Russell's for me.
Really?
Wow, it's just good. So smooth.
The Russell's has a lot more going on.
Yeah, the flavor is just, it's deep.
Yeah, I think it's a lot oakier too.
The spice hits you like way at the end.
Yeah.
I don't know how to, I'm not saying spice, but like the burn.
The burn. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think I get what you're saying. It's a little bit more complex.
The Monkey Shoulder's giving me soap. I'm gonna be honest, that's probably my least favorite.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm so surprised. I love Monkey Shoulder.
I don't think it's sweet enough for me.
That could be. It's more of like a pale sweetness, whereas this is more of a bold sweetness. Now, that's another thing, and we are going to have an episode on this very soon, actually, is finding your palate. Because everybody has a different profile that they prefer. So that's where you and I would differ. I like the Scotch flavor profile. You like the bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
I like all 3 or 5, technically. But you know what I mean.
It's like, to me, it's like just the people that eat like super hot food. I just can't.
You walk in, you're like, what's the spiciest thing?
Yeah, like what's going to hurt the most going in and coming out? And that's what I want.
I want to be in pain right now and tomorrow morning.
I want to feel what I eat for days. Like, that's how I feel about like this super strong whiskey.
See, now I do really like spicy food though.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah. Some people just like. It's just not my thing.
It's one of those things I get in the mood for, which is funny you say that because literally just yesterday I was in one of those moods where I was like, this is not spicy enough. So
really?
Yeah, I had some of those Takis, you know, like rolled up. And I was just pounding them because I was like, I got to get my mouth burning a little bit. Don't they give you
heartburn?
Oh yeah, dude.
That's rough.
I get heartburn so bad.
See, and I feel like. Do you get heartburn when you drink a lot of whiskey? I thought,
yeah, a lot of straight whiskey. It depends, like especially like after a good meal, it's not as bad. But like just drinking the straight whiskey, yeah, it'll give me some heartburn. Yeah, I get heartburn really.
That's
easy,
a factor
though.
too. I don't deal with that.
I get heartburn with like any alcohol though, like even beer sometimes. Yeah, it'll hit me. So I'm like, if I gotta pick my poison, I love a good glass of whiskey.
I mean, more bang for your buck. If I'm gonna feel pain, I might as well get there quicker.
If it's gonna hurt, it might as well feel kind of good too.
Yeah, I like the Russells the most still.
Okay.
Buffalo Trace a close second though.
Okay,
bourbon. So both these are bourbons. Yeah.
Bourbon guy then. That's awesome. Good to know. I don't have it. I was gonna have you try a different bourbon. I don't have it up here. I'm not getting it.
What is it?
It's called Heaven's Door.
Oh.
Zach and I had an episode with it. It's one of my up and comers right now on my list of favorites.
Where would you rank it amongst these three? Like if you were to put these three head to head.
The best. Probably.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'd probably win.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not. I shouldn't say it's an up and comer like in the industry. Like to me, like on my preference list, it's like it's gaining traction every time I drink it.
So what's the price point on that?
That one's like $60.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it'd be the most expensive. So it's not really fair.
Well, where are the Russells and the Buffalo Trace? Are they pretty similar?
Yeah,
price?
Buffalo's about 26. Russell's is 34, 35.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
and
not
then
bad.
Monkey Shoulder's also about 35.
I mean, if I was to buy, see, this is one of those things. Because if I was to go and buy a bottle, for the price point, I'd probably buy Buffalo Trace.
Right, because it's almost $10
Pretty similar,
cheaper.
yeah.
Yep. I totally agree.
Well,
Buffalo Traces.
They've been doing something right for a long time, I guess.
They have. That's why you can't find it anywhere.
Exactly.
I'm running low. I'm going to have to make a run. It's tough. You see it, you got to buy it. Yeah, that Buffalo Trace is easy. Now, hold on now. I just thought of something.
The Russells is so smooth, man.
Here's something. At least, so I took I took a drink of the Buffalo Trace and then the Monkey Shoulder. Much more oil on the Monkey Shoulder finish. I haven't tried it with the Russells yet.
There's just that bitter aftertaste. I did not notice until I had something else to compare it to.
Yeah, that's fair.
That one wasn't that as bad, though. I let it on my tongue a little longer.
Okay.
Maybe that helped.
Yeah, help
Yeah.
dial it down a little bit. The Russells is really close in terms of oiliness. I tried it with the Russells.
Maybe that's what I like so much more about the Russells than the Buffalo. Maybe that's what it is.
That could be. That's
Yeah.
part of the experience that you don't really think about, but it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when you don't like a food because of the texture.
Yeah, nobody wants cottonmouth.
No, that's the worst.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Do you know why the bodies are laying on the floor surrounded by
Oh
glass
my
and
god, I
water?
forgot about this. Okay, wait, do it one more time.
Okay. You walk into a room. There's 2 bodies on the floor, surrounded by glass and water. How did they die?
This is either going to be spot on or wildly off. One's a magician, and the other one jumped in to save him.
Wildly off. I love your creativity, though. I love your creativity.
That's
oh
all
my
I can
gosh.
think of. Like a dunk tank with throwing knives.
That just killed me. Oh my gosh.
So what is the answer?
A dunk tank straight jacket. Oh my gosh.
It has to do something with drowning.
Almost.
Or I'm thinking, what if they're in a ship? And they were out in the ocean, and the waves were crashing and broke the windows, and they drowned in the room.
I love your creativity with
So
this.
tell me what it is.
Seriously. I'll give you a hint. You were really close with the aquarium. And you're close with drowning, but you're backwards.
Piranhas.
No.
Oh, sharks?
You walk into a room. There are 2 bodies on the floor. Surrounded by...
They're fish.
They're fish.
Oh, man.
The fish bowl broke.
I get it now.
When you said aquarium, I was like... What? I freaked out for a second.
I was thinking, I listen to a lot of true crime, so I'm going straight to murder suicides or something.
Drowned in an aquarium?
Yeah, you're like, he hates his wife, drowned in the aquarium, and I don't know what happened after that.
That's hilarious.
That's a good one.
Slammed his head into the aquarium.
That's a good one.
Why, thank you. When you got the block of ice, I was like, I gotta think on my feet here.
That was, yeah.
That one...
I don't know why that hit me, but it did.
That drove...
I feel like I would have had to seen that before. Because, like, as soon as you said that, I was like, block ice.
Yeah.
Like, it melted.
I'm mind blown. You had to have.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. The fish one, though, that one drove me nuts for a while. Like,
That's
I
a
was
tough
like,
one.
what is it?
If you would have told me, well, you just don't usually refer to animals as bodies. You know what I mean?
When you say there's a body on the floor, everybody's
It's
like,
a human,
it's a
yeah.
human.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's hilarious.
That was a good one.
Thank you. I try. Okay. Now, before we wrap up with our closing thoughts, one thing that we have to do, this is a new thing, is we got to add it to our infinity bottle. Can you grab me that last Glencairn? I'm going to use it to dump it in.
So, how many whiskeys are in there?
Right now, what was it? 9, I think.
Mm. Are you gonna pour that in with no funnel?
I'm gonna give it my best shot.
That's
We're gonna see what
impressive.
happens. Shot, but okay. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna pour it all over my lap.
Wow.
How about that?
I would clap, but I don't want to hurt everybody's ears.
Thank you.
Especially those of you in Ireland, Scotland.
I want to hear your closing thoughts. We kind of heard your closing thoughts in the monkey shoulders. Not your palate.
Yeah,
not your
no.
palate. Your closing thoughts on the smelling things to try to nail
I liked
down.
it. That was pretty fun.
Okay.
The orange was really good for the monkey shoulder, and like I said, the cinnamon got me. But
The cinnamon got you for
Could
the
be.
monkey shoulder.
Phantom
Okay.
Sense.
Phantom flavors, dude. You
Yeah.
know. You know how it is.
I can convince myself of anything.
Berries, dude. Tastes like berries.
Yeah.
All right. Closing thoughts then. You are a bourbon guy. That's something we discovered this episode, so that's
Yep,
pretty
definitely.
cool. Big bourbon guy. So next bourbon episode, I'll have to keep you in mind. Heaven's Door, you're going to have to try. We've
Oh.
already had it on the podcast,
I'm
but
excited.
we're going to have to give it a try.
I
Yeah.
am excited.
I'm a big fan. So big Heaven's Door guy as of like 2 weeks ago. So, okay. Well, good to know. So I hope you enjoyed it. Any closing statements about anything we've covered
Thanks
here
for having me on again.
Hey, absolutely.
We're headed for the 4th time. 3rd time's a charm.
Third time's the charm, so it's all
Hello,
downhill from
Canada.
here. Hello, Canada.
Hey.
That's okay. You got to keep in mind, next time you're on, we're just going to start with, hello, Canada.
I'm wearing a Maple Leaf t-shirt and everything.
All right, man. Well, thanks for coming
Yeah,
on.
thanks for having me.
Everybody, if you drank the monkey shoulder alongside us, I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe you figured out today if you are a Scotch person or a bourbon person. So let me know. Shoot me an email, comment on Instagram, whatever you want. But thank you for listening. That's all we've got for today. Thank you for listening to this episode of Whiskey Noobs. If you like the show, make sure to help spread the word by introducing friends, coworkers, or anyone that you think would be interested. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the show on your favorite streaming platform, rate the show, review the show, and follow on Instagram at whiskey_noobs to stay up to date. If you want, you can join the email list by sending an email to whiskeynoobspodcast@gmail.com. You'll then be updated every month on what whiskeys I'll be drinking on the show, so you can drink right along with me and review it as we go. Thanks again for listening to the Whiskey Noobs Podcast. Learn to drink, drink to learn. The Whiskey Noobs Podcast does not support underage or otherwise irresponsible consumption of alcohol.